All right, hello, my fellow Russian voters. We've got an article here out of Breitbart.com entitled James Comey didn't know whether Dossier claims were true, yet still used info in FISA applications. In other words, it wasn't verified, and yet they still used information and railroaded everything through. Maybe the non-verification, perhaps that means that might indicate that they needed speed, they needed quickness, swiftness, fastness. Who knows? New York. Disgraced former FBI Director James Comey conceded that when it came to details inside the infamous anti-Trump dossier, his FBI didn't know whether they were true or false. So, unverified, and yet still pushed through and utilized to do all the spying, it would seem. Does that follow protocol very much? Or does that go outside guidelines? I think it would be pretty obvious. Pretty obvious. Comey's a tall guy, my goodness. Yet in late October 2016, Comey signed the first of 3 successful FISA applications to obtain warrants to spy on Trump campaign advisor Carter Page. The second and third were renewal applications, since a FISA warrant must be renewed every 90 days. I thought the first one got turned down or something. I can't remember at all. This is just one giant mess. All 3 applications reportedly cited as key evidence against Page the dossier produced by the controversial Fusion GPS firm, which was paid for its anti-Trump work by Hillary Clinton's 2016 campaign and the Democratic National Committee via Perkins Coie law firm. The dossier was authored by ex-British spy Christopher Steele. My goodness. It's all tied in together. AG Barr, get that prosecutor on this. Come on, bro. Come on. Paging Barr, bring out the justice. Bring forth the justice. My goodness. Fusion GPS tied to everything but the kitchen sink. Paid for by Clinton campaign and DNC via Perkins Coie. All tied together. Dossier authored by ex-British spy Christopher Steele. Man, oh man, it's just one giant cobweb. One giant web. According to Republican House characterizations, the FISA application signed by Comey withheld key information, raising questions about the dossier, including that it was financed by Clinton and the DNC and had known credibility issues. I wonder if the two are related. Oh boy. Withheld key info. Oh boy. Oh boy. So not only did they railroad it through unverified, they withheld certain info which might have cast doubt upon its genuineness, and thus it wouldn't have got railroaded through, and there would have been no spying on Trump and those around him. Interesting. Dominoes. Speaking at a CNN town hall event that aired on Thursday nights, didn't know they were still around, Comey said the Bureau began an effort after we got the Steele dossier to try and see how much of it we could replicate. That work was ongoing when I was fired. Yet aside from the general charge that Russia was seeking to interfere in the election, there were questions about the other Dossier claims, he said, seemingly referring to the portions that sought to link Trump campaign officials to Russia. Oh, that Russia. How about instead of Russian interference, how about 30 million invaders in the country? How about that? How about that for interference? How about the media and big tech seemingly siding with certain candidates? How about that kind of interference to sway the election? Why can't that get highlighted? How many voters could Google sway? Google alone. How many could they sway? Gotta ask the question. Comey stated some of it was consistent with our other intelligence, the most important part. The Steele dossier said the Russians are coming for the American election. It's a huge effort. It has multiple goals that I laid out for the audience, and that was true. There were a lot of spokes off of that we didn't know whether they were true or false, and we were trying to figure out what we could make of it. How about Americans interfering in other elections, foreign elections? Why can't that be talked about? We need to stop pumping money all over the board and just focus on America. America first, American citizens first, not the rest of the world first. Pretty common sense. Anyhow, very interesting. Railroaded things through, unverified, it seems. So I don't think that's protocol. I think that went outside guidelines. Boy, oh boy. All right, let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more. Feel free to subscribe. I'll see you ahead. Take care, cool.